Let's move on. Let's get serious. Deroy Murdock's here from the National Review. He's got really serious stuff. Now, he's got a piece out. It's an article. He says, in this election, America gets a chance to dethrone the House of Clinton. You better explain that.
Yeah, I think the House of Clinton, or maybe a better way to put it, is the Clinton crime family. I mean, as you've been watching these one scandal after another, after another, the whole thing to me looks like the preview for an upcoming movie called The Godmother. I mean, you start off with the email, the illegal server, then we have about March 2 of last year, excuse my voice, we get word that she's got this illegal server. John Podesta, her campaign chairman, comes out and says, we've got to dump these emails right now. Now, he's come out and said by dump he means publicize, release, hold a press conference, let everyone see them. Now, there's a problem with that, which is they took 33,000 of these emails, destroyed them, the so-called private ones about yoga and Chelsea's wedding and so on. Then we get the bleach bit to erase these completely, to make sure the server, if you will, sleeps with the fishes. Then we've got her, not one device she said she had, but 13 of them, some of them destroyed with hammers. I mean, again, this sounds like a mafia picture by Martin Scorsese. Then we learned just a few days ago that 5 different FBI offices are conducting an investigation of the Clinton Foundation. Hillary Clinton's come out and said, well, you know, Clinton Foundation, we spend 90% of our money on charity for charitable good works, et cetera. The actual number, according to their 2014 IRS filing, is not 90%, it's 5.76%, under 6%. Yes, exactly. And what this turns out to be is not some kind of a charity, but really kind of a full employment program for her government in waiting.
Let's suppose that she becomes the President of the United States.
God forbid.
She will, okay, I got it. She would appoint a Supreme Court justice.
Right.
But your point is that it goes way beyond that, because there's all kinds of appellate-level justices that need to be appointed.
Sure.
So she could have a dramatic impact throughout the federal judiciary.
Correct.
However, hold on a second. There are Republicans saying that they will hold up a Supreme Court nominee for the 4 full years of her term. Now, that is a very disturbing thing, because that's not the way things are supposed to work. Would you support holding up all these appointments, especially to the Supreme Court, for 4 years? Would you?
Look, I think that's highly dysfunctional. And the way to avoid that is to make sure she doesn't win the election on Tuesday. So the Republicans, conservatives, thinking Democrats, independents, and the never-Trumpers who need to focus on all these problems need to go to the polls, vote for Trump, keep Hillary out. And remember, it's not just one Supreme Court justice potentially. It's 105 justices to judges to lower courts, 15 cabinet secretaries, the heads of, I think the number is about 405 different federal agencies, boards, regulatory bodies, et cetera. In his first 4 years, Obama appointed 143,000 new federal staffers in his administration. Hillary Clinton is either going to put in about the same number of people or leave the Obamaites in to keep on doing the great job they've done so far.
I've got to return to the question. It's a pretty simple one. Would you support the Republicans if they said no to any Supreme Court nominee from Hillary Clinton for 4 years? Would you support that?
I don't know if that's what it takes, I suppose. But I think that's just that's not a good way to run a country. It really isn't.
Can I just refer to Charles Hurt, still with us? If Hillary Clinton is the president, would you support the Republicans saying no to any Supreme Court justice for 4 years?
Absolutely. Because it's a political decision, and the framers set it up to be a political decision. And if the Republicans in Congress wanted to take that risk, representing their constituents, and stand up and oppose any judge nominee that President Obama or a President Clinton put forth, then that's a risk that they're willing to take. And maybe they get punished for it in the polls later, but maybe they don't. But that's the way it is. A political system. It's the way it's designed. And I would absolutely support that.
Okay. And the way to avoid that is for Republicans to come home, make sure Hillary Clinton is.
Of course.
By the way, this awful scenario I described of all these Clintonites coming under Hillary, there's a huge opportunity if Trump comes in and he's able to name people like Attorney General Rudy Giuliani, Defense Secretary K.T. McFarland, Treasury Secretary Steve Forbes. Imagine those people making decisions about this country's future rather than these people who are tied to the teachers' unions, people who believe in big government socialism.
You guys may believe that the Republicans should hold up a Supreme Court nominee for 4 years, but I don't believe they would. And there's a difference between should do it and will do it.
Which is
I don't think they'd take that political risk. Which
is probably how Republicans have gotten into the bind that they're in and have been for a couple of years now.
You are right, Charles. You are. Murdock, you're all right too. Thanks very much for joining us. A man with the name of Murdock had better be all right. Yes, it does. Deroy, thank you very much.
See you, Stuart.
Thank you.